Welcome, folks, to your Reality Gurus, the show where we take a common sensical approach to issues through complex conversation. I'm your host, Cleve, and check this out. Make sure you check out that youtube.com/Reality Guru Show. Consider subscribing. Hit us with a like. And really, if it's frisky, hit us with a share. Because we got this dope show for today, man. I got my brother here, Ye's Way. What's going on, fella? Ain't seen you in a bit, man. How you been up?
Oh man, all is good, all is well, all is productive, man. Happy to be back on the microphone, reality guru style. How we do? Let's chop it up.
Indeed, indeed. Before we get into the topic at hand, talk to me a little bit, man, about what you've been up to as far as your Anye's Way, your IG page. I kind of see things are starting to take off a little bit with that. How's it been, man? How's it been? You know, the experience with going live and all that other stuff and chopping it up with the people.
Oh man, it's been very productive. Been getting a lot of great feedback from the people, man. It's all about pumping out content. We're giving y'all a balance of content, whether it's from the consciousness to just barbershop talk, you know what I'm saying, to some comedy, some entertainment. We giving it all to you from the male perspective, but it's been very productive and a learning experience. I love it. I love it.
Indeed. So folks, make sure y'all check my brother out on IG, on Ye's Way. Make sure y'all check that out. Funny brother. And real informative. So now let's get to it, man. What's been in the news as of recent? Your boy Jigga, Jay-Z, Jigga who, right? So apparently everybody's up in arms, man, because they feel like he sold Colin Kaepernick out. So apparently Jay-Z has inked some deal with the National Football League that's going to allow him to, I guess him and Rock Nation, the company, have a little bit more say. So, or, they'll have Roger Goodell's ears, so to speak, when it comes to some of these social justice issues and how it plays out in the NFL forum. In addition to that, he's supposed to be, or Rock Nation is supposed to have a lot of input on the acts for the halftime show. We do remember last year that he snubbed the NFL publicly, said he wasn't doing a halftime show. And then who was that? Travis Scott. Travis Scott was the one that wound up going up there with Maroon 5 and stuff like that. So, and I forgot about that as well. Yeah. Well, again, we'll definitely get into that. So, so apparently Rock Nation is supposed to have some play in that, some say in, some of the acts and things like that. But let's talk about this deal, man. And the finger pointing. They're saying that they think that Jigga sold out Colin Kaepernick, man. So talk to me. How do you feel about, that accusation? Do you think that Jigga signing this deal with Rock Nation, signing this deal with the NFL, kind of undermines what Colin Kaepernick and, some others had done, Eric Reed, for the past, let's say 3 years or so? How you feel about it, man?
I don't think so. I don't think so, but I can't speak for certain. I always say when a man has a plan, let the plan fully play out before we form our opinion on it, before we judge, before we critique. Right. I'm starting to wonder with Kaepernick because I was backing him. I was backing him with the kneeling and everything, but now he's almost becoming like the godfather of sports revolution. If you going against him, it's a problem. You gotta.
Right.
You gotta come talk to the Godfather first before you move forward. And that's not how we're supposed to be moving, man. We're putting everything out in the public. He got people speaking for him. He's never speaking for himself. I find that to be a problem. Mm-hmm. We got to get on code and we got to do things behind closed doors. I saw an interview with Jay-Z and Roger Goodell last night. Charlamagne and Guy was in the building with a bunch of Rock Nation representatives.
How'd that go?
And I like what I saw thus far. I know that they're not going to tell everything on camera, but they brought up the question that, hey, is Kaepernick going to be a part of this? He was like, I don't know. Y'all tell me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come holler at me, he can come holler at me. So that's the invitation right there that, hey, Jay-Z is willing to work with you if you're trying to be a part of those efforts, but don't just stand on the sideline and say, because it's not under my umbrella, under the Kaepernick name, I'm not with it and I'm critiquing, because I've been seeing it People from Kaepernick's team throwing shots at Jay-Z, and Eric Reed, they throwing shots at Jay-Z. And ultimately to the world, that just shows the world that we're a house divided. So we got to get it together, y'all. We got to get it together.
So you think it's some ego going on in here, or
it's some ego? Because it's some ego.
It's interesting because for me, I'll tell you how I feel about it. Initially when I first saw it, I didn't think it was a negative idea. Until a subsequent article came out that a partner of mine sent to me, where Jay-Z was quoted as saying that I think we're past kneeling. So
I saw that.
So okay, so at this point, that's where things get a little fishy, a little shaky. Are we talking about you being in support of the social justice and the fight for social justice, or support for Kaepernick, or was it just a money play? All right, because initially I looked at it as a money play. All right, in terms of think about what's going on with LeBron, Rich Paul, and the NBA. How they're starting to change because of some of the things they're doing. They're starting to change in the culture of the NBA, starting to force these owners, right, to be a little more fair when it comes to the negotiating table, right? So I thought that Jigga and Rock Nation signing with the NFL was sort of the same thing. Jigga saw the opportunity. The NFL is definitely trying to get their image back to where I guess it once was, and they need a celebrity. They need a black celebrity. All right, this is the MO of big corporations. This is what they do when they need to get their image, fixed. As far as the black community is concerned, they go get a black celebrity and they do things like this. But now, in recent history, you think about when corporations go after these celebrities, black people never really benefit. The only ones who really benefit is that black man or black woman who they recruited. Now, with this Jay-Z and Rock Nation situation, on the surface, because they haven't put out all the details, but if I'm looking at a Rich Paul and LeBron and what's going over there, why would I not believe that Jigga has the same aspirations over here in the NFL, trying to get more of a voice behind some of these closed doors and decisions and stuff that get made as far as this institution? That's where I was initially, as far as this deal is concerned. But then you got you got some writers out there. Salute to Jamel Hill from the Atlantic. Do you remember Jamel Hill, folks? She got ousted off of ESPN. Over those comments and stuff. The Hitler comments and Trump and all that other stuff. But she was also feeling on the negative side for this deal. But I don't know, when you think about what it is that he can do from that position. How do you feel? Do you think this is all going to be a negative situation? I know you said, you don't think so. But people need to go ahead and start, opening their minds a little bit. And let's really give this brother an opportunity. Let's see what he's going to do. You know what I mean? See what he's going to do.
Again, as I said, we have to let things play out. In those past scenarios, they've grabbed up token celebrities who didn't know what the hell they were doing, didn't have no plan, and didn't have no resume when it came to doing for the people. Okay, we're dealing with a celebrity right now, but we're dealing with someone that actually has a resume and has shown that he does care to help the people, whether it be with all the funds that were put forth towards lawyers for those behind prison walls that didn't have proper representation, whether it be with his whole prison reform thing that going on now that's real huge with Meek Mill. Hey, if I'm looking at Jay-Z's resume thus far, I'm saying, you know what? If they have to grab a celebrity, which I wish it wasn't a celebrity, I wish it was more so like a black leader, but since we don't have proper leadership, they run into celebrities, again, a community unorganized. Well, hey, nevertheless, Jay-Z has a pretty good resume thus far. Now, am I going to say that it's just for the people? I'm pretty sure a part of it is for his pockets as well. He runs a corporation, a major corporation. He wants to pocket a little bit of that money too, which I'm not even mad at that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it helps the people and it gets back to the cause of social justice, because I think a lot of times we're getting lost in the sauce, and the social justice part is morphing back into Kaepernick, and Kaepernick getting a job. I actually feel like if Kaepernick got a job, a lot of people would completely forget about the social justice part and would be happy. Like, you know what? They let Kaepernick back in the league. I could go back to watching football. I'm cool. We must not lose focus on the goal at hand, which is affecting social justice. This is a league that's maybe 80-something% all Black. You know, we come from these environments, we come from these situations that are affecting our people. I'll go back to an example that you used. It's the NFL that we're coming after, which is kind of weird in a sense, because it's like, is it the NFL creating all this social justice that we're trying to pull money out of? So what are we really doing here? Because I even thought that as well. And I was like, hold up, the NFL, they're not the system that's causing all this. We're supposed to be going at the system. But then again, if you look at the employment rate of the NFL, that would be very insensitive them as a corporation to say, you know what, we know this is going on with your group, with your people, but we're just going to completely ignore that. You know, we just want to make money off of you and forget that. You know what I'm saying? No, these issues must be addressed.
Now, here's the thing. Here comes Cleve's unpopular opinion, man. Because
all right, come with it.
Because again, I first see this news article about Jigga, and I'm saying, well, look, Cap, listen, brother, you're not in the league. Right?
Come on.
And you took that bread and you got the endorsement from Nike, right? So I never thought that the social justice conversation belonged in that form in the first place, right? The only reason that it continued to bubble up is because Colin Kaepernick was still surrounded about it. You take Colin Kaepernick out of this situation, we're not talking about these social justice issues in this forum anymore, right? So okay, so now let's take it away. Let's really take it away. Let's strip this shit down to what it really is. It's a business deal between Roc Nation and the NFL. Now, what could Jay-Z really accomplish from this deal? He can definitely have a voice, or Roc Nation can definitely have a voice in the artists that are on the that do the halftime show, right? And because he's on his sports agency thing, we all know that the NFL and guaranteed contracts and all that stuff is always been a hot topic in this particular sport. How do you know that Jay-Z doesn't have any aspirations of trying to work things out that way? Like I said, I'll always reference LeBron and Rich Paul and what they're doing in the NBA. Like, you got to give it a chance, man. I can't wait to see what's happening with this situation. I really can't wait to see what's happening here. But, you know, I don't know, man. That's Cleve's unpopular opinion, man. A lot of people are not going to like the fact that on the surface, I'm supporting this. I need to see something that gives me a reason to believe otherwise, because the social justice conversation shouldn't have been there. And if you take it away, this is just a business deal between two corporations. That's really what it is, man. That's really
I mean, you know, people are mad at Jay-Z for getting paid, but let's not forget Kaepernick got paid too.
Fact.
And ever since Kaepernick has been paid, we haven't been hearing messages. We haven't been seeing Kaepernick. So if we really want to question, and I'm not going against my brother Colin Kaepernick, this is just we just trying to figure this thing out piece by piece. Is some of that Nike deal hush money? That, hey, you know what? You sit back. We don't want you to go out here and say anything on your own. We're now paying you. A part of this agreement is you're gonna come to the table with us before you publicly put a message out or a commercial out or some type of imagery out. We need to approve that. I don't know that for sure, but it's just all speculation. Mm-hmm. You know, we saw some imagery before the deal. After the deal, we only saw a commercial, and it pointed to a pinch of social injustice. You know?
Like it was so inclusive. It included everyone. You understand what I'm saying? The message. I mean, it was so blurred. It was so watered down. I got what you're saying. Keep it up, man. Go ahead.
Some people say the message even got completely lost within the commercial, and that was a part of Nike's plan to water it down and to now brand the movement so that the movement will now be historically synonymous with Nike. When you say Kaepernick, when you say social justice, you say Nike, because Nike was at the forefront of it, because they cut a check. So I always wonder what are their intentions? Of course, it's to make money. We know that first and foremost, but is there any intention in there that actually gives a damn? That's what I care about. And when we look at the history of major corporations, they've never given a damn about social injustice or our community. So it makes me scratch my head a little bit.
Well, I'm scratching my head too, and I don't know what you folks are doing, but you guys got any opinions? Make sure y'all jump in the comments, man, and let us know what you think. Real quick, yay! Go ahead and repeat where the people can find you, man, because we know you out there doing some big things, man. Go ahead and shout out some of that social media shit of yours.
Anye's Way, that's ANYAES_way on Instagram. Anye's Way as well on YouTube. Check me out. We got hot content coming every week. On the gram, it's every day. We hitting you from every aspect, and it's very complex. They ain't gonna box me in. They trying to box me in, but they ain't gonna box me in one leg.
They ain't gonna box you in, man. And you got a couple things going. So when you ain't out there doing your Anye's Way thing, man, you gonna go ahead and be a recurring, guru up here on the Reality Guru Show. But folks, we had a dope show. Make sure y'all check out that youtube.com/Reality Guru Show. Consider subscribing. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Don't miss none of this good content. On behalf of the crew, got my man Ye, G Cleve, Reality Gurus. Take care.
And in the end, it's said and done. And I really hope you find the one. Wild ride, but it was so much fun. Deep hit, saw it slowly bun. And in the end, it's said and done. And I really hope you find the one.